And we're back, we're back, we're back, we're back, we're back, my loves. It is time for the diagnosis of the evening. We must understand our limitations in order to succeed. Such as Mr. Nam when he called in and said, you know what, I have a whole lot of projects and I'm good at doing the projects, but getting them out there, not so much. We have to understand our limitations. Once we understand our limitations, we can reach out to those who can help us. That's a very important portion of life and art and business. For many artists, the business side of art is the unfortunate aspect of it. But the truth is that that business is a necessary part of art if we choose to make it our lifeblood. It is. Even if it's simply trying to get your show exhibited, if it's trying to get funding or to find a patron to your art. There's business in every aspect of it. And in the creativity process, we get to be immersed in our world of fantastic thought, our majestic ideologies. But when we come to the portion when we want to get our art out there and get it to other people, we have to become realistic. And for many, that's not the fun part. For me, it's extremely fun. I love making my art then putting it out there. I love the process from beginning to end. Some people are good at the beginning process, some people are good at the end process, and some are good in the middle. You just have to know what your limitations are. Now, my top 10 things that I suggested to you today. Think outside the box. Do something different and creative. But make sure that you also touch on those traditional streams of advertising. Make sure that your marketing matches your art. Make sure that you don't focus too much on your marketing and business aspect and not enough on the art, as well as don't put all your energy into the art and then say, fuck it when we come to the business aspect, because that's not going to do anything for you. Also, make sure that you build a strong team and network of people around you. That's what you need to do. You always want to have a strong network of people, who have resources of their own. See, your network is only as big as your network, meaning the more people that you network with, the more resources that you have, because by tandem, their network becomes your network. Also, when you're seeking out help, make sure that you're not just seeking out help for yourself. Ask them, what can I do for you to help you in your artistic endeavor? All too often, people come with a very selfish preview into the situation and end up taking entirely or giving nearly nothing. So when you come together and you build a network, the network is not meant for one to succeed. The network is meant for all to succeed. As my mother used to tell me, there is no magical limit on people grabbing their piece of the sky. She said, jump up every day and grab your handful of the sky. And when you do it, we're going to end up with a fistful of stars. And I love that. And that's what I'm going to do. And part of me doing that is me putting my ego aside sometimes in order to reach out to those who may have more of an experience or more of an understanding than I do in many areas. Being yourself is very important. Being yourself is very important. And sometimes we miss that. We miss the fact that we can still be ourselves, but still understand how to communicate in the real world. As we've talked about many times on the show, technology has brought us many gifts. It has made the world smaller, but made our preview into the world larger. It has enabled people to have a voice who once didn't have it. It's enabled people to publish their work for reasonable prices. It's enabled people to spread their music and their message without much work. But in that not much work, we've begun to lose our standard of acceptability. I'm still a person who has high standards. Those who I work with have high standards for themselves and for other people. And it's imperative that we remember always that this standard that we set for ourselves and we set for other people must be met. And I think if we did that, art would as a whole get better. But also, being an artist, one thing that I think we have an advantage of over today as opposed to in the past is that, artist, used to be these people who only worried about making their art. You know, they used to go get poor kids out of the ghetto. And what they would do is they would give them a little bit of money, put them on Soul Train, and make them feel special, but for a moment. How many people still remember who the Honeycomb is? Gonna put it in the want ads. See? How many people actually remembered these groups above and beyond that? They were still poor, put into debt from the moment they signed that contract and accepted that, advance. But now people understand business on a new level. People are putting their own art out there because they don't need mainstream anymore. And that's a good thing. It's one of those rock and a hard place kind of things. But we have to find the soft spot in the middle because we're going to have pride in our art. So make sure that you have art that you're proud of. Don't just put something out to have something out. That's never a good thing. Always make sure that your art represents you and your full capability. My prescription for this evening: build your network. Reach out to another artist. Have a conversation. It doesn't even have to be this magically big, huge thing like we're having a convention. We're having a round table. It could be just a conversation. That's it. That's one more person in your network that you can help and that can help you. That's the only way the art's going to get better. That's the only way that we're going to take art from creativity simply to the business world. It's time for us to start making money off of our own art. Don't you think? Well, as usual, take the conversation with you and keep it going. Make sure you join me on Friday when we have another wonderful conversation. We're going to have the weekly probe this Friday. I'm going to have my call to the carpet. So if you have someone that you want to call to the carpet, because you don't call people out by name. Bill Weisenberger. Nope, we don't do that here. Nope. But if you have somebody that you want to call to the carpet and you don't want to do it yourself, you want to put them on blast on a international forum, the best thing that you can do, send me an email. jmontgomery@lizpublicity.com. That's jmontgomery@lizpublicity.com. And J Montgomery is spelled JMontgomery. I want to put some people on blast this week. So, love you all. And as always, love, peace, and pragmatic evolution.